Despite his somewhat up and down injury history with the Yankees, Aaron Hicks is going to go on to become one of Brian Cashman's more accoladed moves as Yankees general manager. Cashman acquired Hicks for John Ryan Murphy, a guy who's gone on to become kind of a journeyman backup catcher, while Aaron Hicks has become the starting center fielder for the New York Yankees. Aaron Hicks has had a number of great moments with the Yankees. Who could forget that home run off of Verlander in the playoffs a couple years ago? He had that great game against the Twins where he made an unbelievable catch to end the game. He's one of the best athletes on the team. Full stop. He's got a tremendous arm, though it did seem like he dialed it back a little bit on his throws last year after returning from Tommy John surgery. I can't blame him. He did say this winter that he still doesn't feel 100% from that injury. He's a switch hitter. He gets on base a ton, and he's one of the most fun guys in the league to watch hit a home run because he's got that great home run follow through. I got a lot of feedback from the audience that were unhappy that I put Aaron Hicks as the number 3 hitter in my hypothetical lineup a few weeks ago, but it turns out that's exactly what Aaron Boone is planning to do. The analytics these days say that the number 3 hitter comes up with 2 outs and nobody on base a lot of times, so you really want somebody with some good on-base percentage who can get you to that number 4 hitter who has some real power, and that's exactly what Aaron Hicks does. Even though we think of the number 3 spot in the order as traditionally a high batting average spot, Hicks doesn't really fit that mold, but he does get on base, and as they say in Moneyball, it doesn't matter if you get on base from a hit or a walk. His batting average has dropped 4 years in a row, and he's a career .235 hitter, but he also draws an enormous amount of walks, and he gets on base a ton, setting things up for Giancarlo Stanton, or Luke Voit, or whomever happens to be hitting behind him on that given day. His on-base percentage is actually improving, as it was a career best, .379 last season, and as of halfway through spring training, it's over 400. Baseball Savant puts Hicks in the 99th percentile of walk percentage, and in the 84th percentile in expected weighted on-base percentage. Now, what's that? That's a formula that's calculated using exit velocity, launch angle, and certain types of batted balls along with sprint speed. You could also argue that on-base percentage is one stat that can be reflected well in spring training because if you're not swinging out of the zone, it doesn't matter what time of year it is. It's even more promising to me because he wants to get some swings in, but he just can't bring himself to swing at something that's out of the zone or that's garbage. And I think that bringing back Brett Gardner will allow the Yankees to give Hicks some days off now and then and hopefully keep him on the field for a full season. His career high in games is 137 in 2018. And at age 31, he should continue to get stronger for a few more years, even if he does begin to slow down and lose some athleticism in his 30s. I think Hicks has a lot of value to the Yankees, and while I don't see him as a superstar center fielder, I see him as a pretty good player who, if he stays on the field, will have a lot of value. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. His patience at the plate is a great asset to the Yankees. It's a great virtue of a hitter to be extremely patient at the plate. But there are times when aggressiveness can work in your favor. Aaron Hicks is a switch hitter, so let's say he comes up against a tough right-handed pitcher late in the game with 2 outs and a runner on second and you're down by a run. At this point, a base hit will tie the game. You got probably Giancarlo Stanton on deck, who's not great against tough right-handed relief pitchers. He swings and misses at a lot of sliders in the dirt. So maybe Aaron Hicks, instead of trying to walk and pass the baton to a guy who maybe has a little bit of a disadvantage at the plate, maybe Aaron Hicks could swing at one of those fastballs early in the count and just try and do something with it. Just try and pick up a base hit up the middle, opposite way, something like that, just to get that run in. That's a situation where being aggressive can work to your advantage. So I think as long as he can make those adjustments, continue to play great defense, continue to hit those clutch home runs that he likes to hit, I think Aaron Hicks is going to have a lot of value to the Yankees, and also he needs to stay on the field. Only one more player preview left, and that's Gio Urshela. I'll try and get to it over the next few days, and then come back on March 31st because I'm going to do a live stream where I do a marathon of all of these player previews that we did over the past 6 or 8 weeks. Back to back to back to back, and a belly to belly to belly to belly. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It helps other Yankees fans find the channel.